So, UFC 235 happened in Britain. It was the early hours of the morning, but it was last night for you Americans. It was quite an interesting event. Before I say anything else, I think I should apologise if you can hear wind in the background, like that. That's what that is. I'm sorry if that bothers you. Um, the door to the greenhouse I'm in doesn't have any glass in it, so you're just gonna have to you're just gonna have to deal with that. I'm sorry. Um, so the first fight I thought that was interesting, I think we need to talk about is Zabit. Now, how good versus Jeremy Stevens. Now, how good is Zabit? Now, I think that question just got answered. That is pretty fucking special, because Jeremy Stevens fucks people up. He's got good takedown defense. He's got very good striking. He's very powerful. Like when he says, he you'll know the line. But people do not fucking move after they've been hit by Jeremy Stevens. He fucks people up for a long time. He has put multiple fighters out of commission for a long period of time. But Zabit, it kind of made it look easy. It was definitely a very convincing win, which is fair enough to him. Well done. I was about to say I'm very proud of Zabit, but I don't know him personally. But well done. He's definitely. A lot of people compare him to Khabib. I've talked about this before on this channel. I don't think that's a very good comparison at all. He's much more kickboxing based. His wrestling, while very good, is nowhere near as complex as Zabit's. But that doesn't stop him from being very, very fucking good. So the next fight I think that's interesting that we need to talk about is Ben Askren versus Robbie Lawler. Now this was actually stopped, in my opinion, kind of early. He didn't have it under the chin from what I can see. He says he did, and I should imagine he'd be able to feel that. But I don't know if he was, so I can't say. And Robbie Lawler says he wasn't, and he did look like he went limp. But again, that might have just been him trying to relax, which is not what I would be doing. But Robbie Lawler will have better defense than I do. And the way that he fucking picked up Ben Askren and just went BANG and slammed him down was very impressive. Like, I wish I could show you that clip, but just look it up, because the way he just picks him up like he's like a tiny little baby and just throws him down, I was like, what the fuck? As I watched it happen, I was like, this is some kind of new move that I was like, oh shit, that's not one of Ben Askren's moves. This is Robbie Lawler fucking him up. And then Robbie Lawler was punching him in the head. I was like, oh shit, the fight's about to be stopped. And Ben Askren, after the fight, said he doesn't want to run it back. And if I was Robbie Lawler, I'd be like, what the fuck? Because, well, if Robbie Lawler wants the rematch, I don't know if he does. He said he definitely does, because I heard him say he wants to run it back. So maybe Robbie Lawler, this will be the first time that Robbie Lawler's trash talked people. Be like, fuck you, come here, I want to fuck you up. But I think that Ben Askren would have won the fight. I think he would have grounded him Robbie Lawler down. He didn't get hit on the feet once, I'm fairly certain. There's not too much more to say about that fight, other than Ben Askren, to me, I think the rematch should happen between Kamaru Usman and Tyron Woodley. That won't happen, because that fight was kind of boring to watch, so the UFC aren't going to want to do it again. But I would like to see it again. The next fight to talk about is, this is the biggest. Oh no, there was a woman, a Chinese woman. I can't remember her name. I should have had it written down, but her fight was very impressive. She's moved to 19-1. She's definitely someone that I think is definitely, you should watch out for her. Look her up. UFC. I feel bad for not being able to remember her name. But she wasn't on my radar before this, but now she fucking is, so. Interesting fights other than that was Tyron Woodley versus Kamaru Usman. Now, I don't know what was going on with Tyron Woodley, because he just didn't seem to know what to do with Usman. Like, it's even in that last round, surely you're 4 rounds down. Surely at that point you go, I'm going to let my hands go and I'm going to try and punch his lights out. But he didn't, even in the last round, he didn't seem to be wanting to let his hands go. I think if he'd let his hands go, I don't think Tyron Woodley was going to keep up to him. But I think one of the big things that the fight showed was how important good boxing fundamentals and how good wrestling fundamentals are to MMA. because he just jabbed him all night. Jab every time the Tyron Woodley was near, looking for that punch, he jabbed him, moved him back, got him against the cage, went for the takedown. And while that's not the most interesting thing to watch in the world, he did a very good job of it. And I'll definitely be interested to see how well Kamaru can do against Colby, because that is the fight that's going to happen next from what I've heard. And it was fucking interesting, because Colby's a better wrestler than Kamaru, or at least on paper he's got a better wrestling record now, but college wrestling records are deceiving, because that was, 10 years ago that they were at the college level? So those college levels are deceiving. And I was thinking about it, I was thinking, when I watched the fight, I was like, oh yeah, how good of a college or Olympic wrestler isn't really that much of a good indicator of how good they are as a wrestler. I mean, obviously, if it's a wrestler against someone who's from a Muay Thai background, obviously most likely the wrestler's going to be better at wrestling than him. But if it's someone who wrestled at college and they both wrestled and one was at a higher standard than the other one, that doesn't necessarily mean A, that he has better MMA wrestling than the other guy, and B, that he's at a better level now. Because a lot of shit can happen in 10 years. And Kamaru said his foot was injured, so maybe he's going to kick more. But actually, I don't think that's the greatest idea, because that boxing that he works on, and he's not a kicker, he's a boxer, but it definitely fucking works, so I don't know why you'd want to change that. Like, he just won the world championship, why would you want to change that? Kamaru with his sort of weird mysticism, I guess you could call it, I still don't like him. I don't say I don't like him, but it's saying I don't like him, but I don't dislike him. Like, he's just like, he just seems kind of stupid, to be honest. I mean, obviously he's not, he's just won a UFC title. You can't be stupid if you've done that. Well, I don't know. But I'm definitely going to be interested to see the Kobe Kamaru. I think Kobe will win that. I think Kamaru will be very angry, so he'll want to knock Kobe out instead of just grinding him down. And I think that he has better boxing than Kobe. Kobe's striking's very simplistic. Kamaru's striking, his boxing's very good. So I think he could outbox him, but he doesn't seem to have knockout power. But I think that Colby would win that fight just because of how angry Kamaru would be. But maybe we'll see him just fucking head kick him into next century. We don't know. But I'm definitely interested to see that fight. And yeah, you will be too if you like wrestling. And the main fight went pretty much as if I had to bet money on how I thought it would have gone. That was pretty much it. He wasn't able to knock Lionheart out. Because Lionheart's so fucking durable. But he also wasn't. Lionheart also didn't do very much. Like the whole fight, John Jones just seems to have, especially like we saw it in the Alexander Gustafsson fight, and I guess it's kind of becoming his style. He matches what his opponent does, and he just nullifies it, and then he just grinds this down, takes away their energy, and fights like a fucking beast. Because he is a fucking John Jones. I don't know who could beat John Jones. I don't know if Johnny Walker could beat John Jones. I don't think so. Thiago Santos. I don't think so. Did you see his fight with I don't know how to say his name, Blauchwich? Does that look like a person that can beat John Jones? Obviously he knocked the Polish guy out. I think he's Polish. But that's not John Jones. And I've heard people saying there are these sort of rising stars, but we actually don't know how good they are as light heavyweights until they fight John Jones. And I think John Jones will maybe fight might fight Johnny Walker, Thiago and Santos. He might fight Luke Rockhold, and Luke Rockhold's been forgotten about in the light heavyweight division because from what I know, he's officially moved up now. And Luke Rockhold, I think everyone when they think of Luke Rockhold right now, they think of the knockout. They think of conceive, believe, achieve. I am a samurai, and then him getting knocked the fuck out by Bisping. But I don't think he's fought since then, and I think at light heavyweight he will be a fucking beast. I mean, he is on the older side now, but. Oh well. And I just wanted to mention one thing because I just remembered it now. Does anyone think Tyrone might just be aging more than anything else? But does anyone else think that? That he might just be slowing down because of age? Kamaru's younger than him, faster than him. Because that seems to be the main advantage that he have. Just the speed advantage seems to be there. It's just faster wrestler, faster striking, and better jab and longer arms. Kamaru's got fucking long arms. But let's talk about UFC news outside of that. What's going on outside of that? I'm really sorry if this wind's annoying you. It's annoying me as well. Poirier, Holloway's happening. Now, Tony's been left out of this, and I feel that Tony probably would have accepted the fight if it was for the interim title and he was the champion, because he'd be getting way more money than this. I think Tony Ferguson, would be getting contender money, which is not as much as you get if you're a champion. So I feel like Tony Ferguson is like, what the fuck? You want to pay me contender money for the belt that I never lost, and I was only out for what, 4 months? That's bollocks. And Tony's got a really raw deal. I think everyone wanted to see Tony Khabib. That's not going to happen ever. Tony's 35. Maybe he can keep going for a few more years, but that fight doesn't ever seem likely to me. And it's the fight I'd like to see, because I think that he's the only man that can beat Khabib. I don't think Holloway can do it. I don't think Holloway's going to be able to knock out Khabib. And I think as the fight goes on, he'll get ground down. As soon as that first takedown gets... And this is the problem, this is the thing with Khabib. As soon as he's got you down, and it's early in the round, you're fucked. Because the amount of energy that people use... And like it's like, what do? You just sit there? Well, if you just sit there and try and conserve energy, he's going to get on top of you and pound you out. But if you try and use energy to defend yourself, then you're fucked, because you're going to burn all your energy. Because Khabib is a very good chain wrestler, very scary chain wrestler. And his boxing, I think he was... Ariel Wani said he was playing chicken with his boxing. I agree. I think his boxing's a lot better. And I think he can probably kick as well if he needs to. He's got a Sambo background, which is striking, so why wouldn't his striking be good? And I think that Poirier... I don't think Poirier can beat Khabib. Khabib's just a fucking monster. I think the only person that might be able to beat Khabib would be by submission, and it would be Tony Ferguson. It would be from rubber guard. That's the only possible way I see someone beating Khabib, unless they have exceptional takedown defense. And I don't think there's too many people in the world that have the takedown defense. I don't think any of them fight in the lightweight division. So I think we're going to end the video here. Good night to everyone if you're listening as I put this video up. But, like, comment, subscribe, come back for more. Goodbye.